First time in a long time, but it seems like just yesterday when we were side by side. Beast mode, no one's blocking our way. These other guys tried it, but them man ain't got the skills of Braden and Davie, brazen and raging, bringing you the thrills and spills. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for BDElite. Postwrestling.com or Apple Podcasts, whatever podcast app you're using. Welcome. We are Braden and Davie. We are your Dynamates.
Hello there. Yes, we are your Dynamates? We're not your Dynamates.
No, that
That's
was a long
a
time
UFC
ago.
thing, right?
Dynamates would
Dynamates.
be the UFC? Oh, yeah, true.
We're your Dynamates. We're your AEW friends.
Yes.
We are here every Wednesday, live on Twitch TV /upNXT podcast.
That's right.
Talking all about AEW.
Yeah, every Tuesday night we'll be your NXT friends, but on Wednesdays we'll be your Dynamates. Tuesday nights we record UpNXT on twitch.tv /upNXT podcast, and Wednesdays we do the same thing with BDElite right after AEW Dynamite. They're back on Wednesdays, so you know what that means. It's nice to have it back in a schedule thing. I don't like it when it invades on my Saturday nights. Now that the world's back open, sorry. Like, we want to go out and do stuff. We have shoot jobs.
I mean, it meant we couldn't watch it live, but I did quite enjoy having the Wednesdays off. Like, It was a nice break to the schedule. And then I work Saturdays anyway, so it was just catching up in the morning. But yeah, I quite liked it, actually, the little break. Little change in the schedule.
Yeah, I like it, the way... I know that Wednesday nights we get to hang out and watch Dynamite. I was missing it Wednesday night, definitely. But I'm happy that that's back. And then it's going to soon change networks all completely, which I guess doesn't really affect us because we just watch it anyways.
Yeah.
TSN
I don't
Canada.
think it really affects anyone.
No.
I don't know why anyone would care about...
Yeah, wouldn't that bring in more viewers?
You type in a different number.
Yeah, I think it's even accessible to more people.
Probably.
So it would probably bring in even more people. But as long as Dinner and a Movie comes back with the TBS title, that would be great. So yeah, we have a lot to talk about because last night was Halloween Havoc.
Yeah.
We talked all about NXT 2.0. And we talked about all the new title changes. You can hear us talk all about that. It's a new era, the toxic era, right?
The toxic prophecy come true, yes.
Don't you know that you're toxic? And then there was also Chucky. And we dressed up. Clearly, we dressed up on the wrong night. Like, we had to go through with our we're NXT. We know. So we had to stick with the Halloween party last night. But we were turncoats and dressed up like Arn Anderson and Cody Rhodes. And if you haven't already, you got to go check out our Twitter @upNXT podcast for the picture. I pinned it there. But we got justification for our costumes. The man himself has replied to us.
Mr. I Will Not Turn.
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes, yeah.
And Arn liked it too.
Oh,
we got a lot of love for our costume. It only worked together. People would be like, we went out
We
after.
did go out after.
People thought I was on a registry and thought you were just...
I don't know who looked weirder. I think it was maybe clearer that I was in costume.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
Whereas
wore
you just looked like a creep.
I wore the wife beater, the donkey chain, and this like...
The thing is, Arn doesn't look creepy when he wears it.
Yeah. And then I walked around with, of course, the fake Glock, the gun. So that was good. But yeah, we're happy that our costume people. It's weird wrestling because obviously we're not super into the world of cosplay, which is a whole huge thing. And I appreciate all the people that do that because it takes time and effort to put in for like a costume. I know I just had to go find a gun and a clipboard and shave my head in a weird man way, but like it can be hard to get.
It's expensive.
Right. Yeah, it can add up if you're doing it properly and stuff like that. So shout out all the cosplayers. And I know Halloween's coming around, so if you're dressing up, we had some people. We had Frank, as we mentioned, Andre Chase. Don't say it. And we had Surin dressed up like the Forbidden Door. So it's cool to see people with costumes. So if you have any this week, definitely.
Yeah, love to see them all.
Love to see them because it's super fun this time of year with spooky season. Yeah, and we talked about NXT, but I feel like a lot has changed in just kind of one day as the story of no one cared about Ring of Honor about, I don't know, a few hours ago. And then all of a sudden, a lot of people care about Ring of Honor with the news coming out.
Yeah, they kind of put out a statement saying that they were like trying to do the right thing during the pandemic and paid everyone, even though they weren't running shows, etc., etc. But it seems like it might have bitten them a little because they said after final battle in December, they're going to take a quarter off to sort of reevaluate things.
Reset.
But it doesn't look good. They've released all their talent are now free agents. And
all of Ring of Honor.
Yeah, so it does kind of look like the end of Ring of Honor, which is sad.
It could not be the end. So they're going to do Final Battle. They said that, and then there's going to be. There is some people saying they still might do some tapings after just to like air sometime.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah. So maybe it is not quite the end, but like they are on a hiatus. So everyone's obviously jumping to the gun of okay, well, we're all these people who this
Who's
was their
buying them?
Yeah, I mean, not even that, but there's a lot of people who that was their job, their dream, and worked.
Oh, the talent, for
yeah,
sure. Yeah,
of course, the talent, everyone who worked there. So I definitely feel for everyone there, and I hope everyone can like land on their feet, especially in these crazy times, right? Like, it must be really hard. So I hope that like we do get to see some of the talent show up. Like AEW keeps bringing people in for not even just like signing them, but just like putting them on
one
TV.
shots and that kind of thing.
Yeah, put them on TV and do the dark stuff. I know they just did that huge set of tapings, but it would be interesting to see a lot of these people kind of make moves or I don't know, because would WWE take some of these people? I'm not quite sure.
I mean, I'm sure that people are going to find places all over the world.
I feel for all the talent, and I hope everyone ends up being okay. I thought Ring of Honor did a respectable thing, paying their people out during the pandemic when they weren't even running anything. Like, good for them. They're just an indie wrestling promotion, Like, I think of it that way.
Yeah.
They're nowhere near like a WWE or even like an Impact before at that point. So.
No, but they at one point they were the alternative.
Of course,
really, weren't they?
Hell yeah, definitely. And that's what like. I hope it's not over, because how many times have we gone to Ring of Honor shows? They used to be the shit. Like, they were so fun. I started going around like 2010 and then onward, and I loved all the Global Wars, Border Wars, all that stuff. Anytime I've traveled and been to, like, they've always been a blast. So I do hope that they can, not go down for good. But where does the library land? Because I tweeted from the upNXT account being like, hey, TK, please buy this. And people were like, no, you're crazy. Why? Give it to Vince. Let him put it on the network so we can watch all of it right now. I'm like, there is rumblings about, Warner and a streaming service and AEW, and that's the way the world kind of works these days. It would be a little bit of an asset, I think, for TK to finally own All In.
Yeah, true.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel they wouldn't be able to do much with it until a streaming service is
sure.
available, and I think that's why WWE is a viable option. And you can imagine them just wanting to own footage for all these kind of documentaries they do on their network, and especially if you want to do like an AJ Styles is one that sticks to mind. But similarly, so much of the AEW talent are former ROH, and again can use that footage. It would, wherever it goes, we're going to have, hopefully it's going to be more accessible than it has been.
Yeah.
Because a lot of their stuff has been,
super hard.
Honor Club, but they're really hard to watch when people have picked pay-per-views to do, like previous ROH pay-per-views. It's been a real struggle, and have had to find these by like real alternative means.
Old school alternative means.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it would be nice for wherever it ends up if this is all available for everyone.
Yeah.
But maybe we're talking a bit prematurely as well. We don't know. They
sure.
said they're taking a bit of a hiatus. But yeah, it is definitely the conversation that's going around.
Yeah, I mean, you would want to see the best of Danielson, the best of the Bucks, Punk. They're all over there. There's only a few that are like AJ's and Tyler Black, which I'm like, all right, cool. But it would be cool to... I just don't want the monopoly to continue. As a fan, it's more interesting if it's like the others, if it goes the other way. And then if TNA somehow joins that again and gives them their footage once they finally gave, then give them the footage. Like, let them combat shit, Like, I don't know. That's just a fan in me. So I'm like, I'm just someone watching being like, oh, it would be interesting if AEW did have some sort of streaming service when they do have enough content that they can have that as a whole part of their thing. Because, hardcore fans, it's real hard. We do tons of podcasts on the Patreon, Best Match Ever, and all these shows, like you said. it would be so awesome to go back and watch. They're smart and they put some matches on their YouTube for free, but again, not all the good stuff
It's
that's out there.
It's been tough whenever we've looked for stuff on there. It's been tough.
Ring of Honor was ahead of the curve. They were doing like what AEW's doing now, just with a lower budget back then. So it's like, yeah, I used to pay for Fight Network and would watch like all the old throwback Ring of Honor shows just because it was good. And look where all those stars are now, where the talent is now. So it is impressive. From current Ring of Honor, I would like to see, was it Quinn?
Yep.
Quinn McKay, I think. I would love to see her land somewhere quickly because she was really good at like interviewing and commentary and stuff like that. I know she
had a personality for sure.
I know she is a wrestler too, so it would maybe now's her time to shine. But
I mean, I think the cream will rise to the top.
Yeah, same with Ian Riccaboni. He actually does commentary. I when I was at Fight and I would watch a lot of Ring of Honor, he was like just starting out, and like to see like how good he's gotten, I'm like, dude, you could be a really good hand over somewhere else, like WWE. AEW, you know, like he was pretty good. Obviously, when it comes to the wrestlers, we're all thinking we need Danielson versus Gresham, like right now.
Yep.
Like next week, book that if he's a free agent, right? The Octopus guy. That's a solid match. Briscoes FTR.
Yeah.
FTR's already tweeted them, I think, like give me the Briscoes. So that's something that could happen. There's definitely some talent there that you're like, oh, okay.
Absolutely. People are going to find places, but it is like quite a. You're looking at that AEW roster, you're looking at the WWE roster, they're all quite bloated. So it is a scary time, I think, to be out there, but it's also an exciting time. Like it is, wrestling is kind of growing again, and there is excitement out there. So it could bolster these other indie feds and stuff, you know? Like,
yeah, that's
some
true.
of these big names going there.
It could make a little more interest, like, you know, was it Big Fish, Small Pond, or the other way around, that way, whatever way. Yeah, that is true. Someone that is definitely interest, I thought TK was on the phone as soon as the news broke, was Brody King. Like, yo, fly out, House of Black, let's go right now. I feel like he'll be coming very soon. He's already, PW Tag Champs, I think, already, or something like that.
Well, the Briscoes just wrestled for GCW.
Right.
When did the Briscoes ever wrestle for other
someone
promotions?
tipped them off early.
Maybe. I mean, they've been there forever, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, big day.
Yeah, or Eddie Kingston, Moxley versus the Briscoes.
Oh yeah, that'd be
stuff
good.
like that.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. Jay Lethal, he's just Ring of Honor forever.
Oh
Where does he go? He's literally Mr. Ring of Honor. What? You can't be that. You could do that.
I could see him go to Impact.
Yeah, he was there before.
He's been there before.
Yeah, Machismo. Yeah. Yeah, there's some guys that are like, okay. I mean, Matt Taven. Where's Matt Taven going to go? Impact.
Silas Young. What happens to Silas
Young? He's back on the Indies. Bookings out.
Yeah.
I do feel for it, like everyone. Like, I'm sure it was somewhat sort of a family.
Beer City Bruiser.
Beer City Bruiser, definitely need to see him. That rematch against Naito needs to happen. Yeah, that was
at Ted Reeve.
At the Ted Reeve Arena. Yeah, the Sweaty Teddy here in Toronto. Yeah, good times at Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
shows.
Pour one out.
Yeah. I hope they're all right. But it is interesting. More things changing in the world of wrestling. But again, no one really watches Ring of Honor lately. I find it's not a hot product. I don't find. And I know that they have Final Battle, so maybe they could borrow Daniel Bryan.
I've heard it's been a pretty good product. Like I know John Cena covers it and really enjoys it, and John Pollock is always saying like how actually strong the wrestling's been there.
Right.
But yeah, the interest's not there. It's so competitive right now with just WWE and AEW. I barely watched the G1 this year. I always watch the G1. Well, for the last few years I've been watching it all the time. Like it's other things are taking your attention, and unfortunately, like an ROH really, after AEW just kicked off, it really started to drop in people's need to watch.
Yeah, it's almost like they let AEW happen.
Yeah,
like they were like, yeah, all right, whatever.
Yeah,
you go do it, whatever. It's cool. You can have our people. Yeah, cool. It's fine.
Yeah,
they just let it happen. Maybe Sinclair doesn't care. I don't know. Like they own it, right? So it's like whatever. But you mentioned New Japan. I think this is when we can talk about New Japan and what a G1 it was. The G1 is over. Spoilers, no spoilers, but Kazuchika Okada wins the G1, and in a weird kind of fashion, because Kota Ibushi just breaks his arm, breaks something, his shoulder. What was it?
Popped his shoulder or something.
It looked like it sucked. So, but they stopped the match, and Kota's out.
Yeah,
and he wins. So, Obviously not quite.
Hoping for a quick recovery.
Yeah, of course.
But a bit of a letdown at the end of the just the way things happened, you know. And now Okada is, he's claiming he's the IWGP heavyweight champion.
Like, screw that Divas title. I'm just bringing this back.
Yeah. So we've got 3 nights of Wrestle Kingdom, and this is the way they're doing.
I thought there was 5.
Yeah, that's next year. That's the year after.
Right.
Yeah, they've got 3 nights of Wrestle Kingdom, and it looks like this is their double dash for this year, or the gold dash, or whatever they called it.
Is it 3 nights in the Dome?
3 nights in the Dome.
That's ridiculous.
So you've got, I believe it's 3 nights in the Dome.
Yeah.
So you've got Will Ospreay claiming he's the real world champion because he never lost it. He vacated it. He's walking around with a title. You've got Shingo, who is the champion at the moment. And Okada's like, nah, I'm the champion because I won the G1. So I'm the old IWGP champion. Right. And which Coda was the last one, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
He was the one that changed it. Right. And then Okada's like, no. Not in my New Japan.
So it's got to be all 3 fighting each other each of the nights.
Yeah, it'll be a little tournament. Naito will get in there somehow.
Naito wins the whole thing. Yeah. And then Kenta attacks him after. Just reset New Japan.
I don't know how long Naito's out for, actually.
Oh, Naito's out too?
He's out too.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, it's interesting. I watched that Ospreay Ricky Knight Jr. match. That was pretty banging from Rev Pro. Shout out Stephanie Chase.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That match was pretty cool. That's what, Paige's nephew or something? Yeah, he was all right. But Ospreay, I feel like Ospreay was on this hot streak, and of course the pandemic messed everything up. The world, not just pro wrestling. But I think that the run of the Wrestle Kingdom's got to be Okada, Ospreay again, or Shingo, Okada, the 3, right?
Well, we're getting all of it, I think, aren't we?
Yeah, they don't do triple threats there. So.
No, but I think we're getting a little kind of.
They always do that,
what
though.
They're doing.
Yeah, I just want to see cool matches because the G1
got really confusing.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But the G1 did have some crazy matches like Ishii, obviously Shingo, Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah,
Shingo was probably my favorite one. I can't remember.
Zack Ishii as well.
Zack Ishii was
pretty much all of Zack's matches.
All of Ishii, all of Shingo.
Yeah.
So there was some good ones if you cherry pick and stuff like that. There are some crazy matches out there. Match of the year contenders for sure. But the G1 definitely a little bit of a wet fart with that ending. Unfortunately, I hope Coda's all right because he's God. So yeah, and then maybe I heard Okada's coming actually.
US?
He's coming to the US.
Yeah, what shows are they for?
Is it San Jose?
Right.
I mean, does that mean he can show up? Okada is all elite. He could fight Danielson. You definitely don't go to Kenny, but he could fight a few people. I don't know. You think Okada will show up? Is he too big for AEW? He is the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
I don't know. Anything can happen, but I'd rather if Okada was coming in, I'd rather it be for not just come in. I want more than the Suzuki run. The Suzuki run was fun, but it's Okada. If we're getting Okada versus Bryan or any of these guys, I want a proper program for it. You know?
No, I want just all you need from me is if it's obviously not, but for example, it would be okay, what they did with who fought Moxley, Nagata?
Yeah,
no, Nagata was what on TV?
Sorry, All Out?
Yeah, the Bread Club. Yeah,
I saw the match.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, I just feel like you got to just do that. Hey, at All Out, it's going to be a special attraction match. New Japan, Okada versus Danielson. That's for example, that's how you would. I don't need him to come in week by week to do that. It's no, do remember Shinsuke coming into NXT, the feud with Sami Zayn. It was he didn't show up. He was just that. This is the match. This is how he's coming in. Do it just like that, and do it with a big match. Which I think Danielson, Okada, it would be the one to go to. I would think so. Definitely. So I'm just speculating. Obviously, I love my dream cards.
Yeah, I mean
Kojima.
Yeah. How long? I don't know how long's Okada coming over for? I mean, is it just this show, this strong show?
Don't know.
Yeah,
exactly. And Big Walt in the chat is the one who reminded us it was Kojima, and also says apparently Okada is good friends with the Young Bucks.
He is. That is true. So I'd love to see it. Yeah.
You'd love to see it.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Hangman versus Okada. Damn, that would be wild. I'm pretty sure we've seen that though in the G1.
Is that in the G1?
I think
so.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless. It could be nuts. Yeah, Walt in the chat says Danielson Okada could be a stadium match. Like that would sell, I think. I don't know, probably, yeah, in North America too, or over there. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. When's he scheduled to come?
Well, wait a second. Can Danielson go to Wrestle Kingdom? He could wrestle there.
Yeah.
So that's another possibility as well. Danielson, Ospreay, Danielson, Okada, Shingo, all that stuff.
Yeah, but when is Okada meant to be coming to the US? Because that's what I'm saying. Like, you want it to be a big thing. I'm not just doing like a Dynamite throwaway thing. Like, it's
do it on Dynamite.
Do it on a big show, you know?
Yeah, just put it on Dynamite.
What, breaks and everything? No, come on.
Yeah, true. Or put him in a Ghostbusters match.
Yeah.
So that's some cool stuff that's happening in wrestling. But let's talk about what was happening tonight with AEW Dynamite from October 27th, 2021. We start off with CM Punk, who is the birthday boy yesterday, versus the birthday boy today, apparently, Bobby Fish. Or as I'm calling this match, Punk Fish. But apparently you should not Google this. Don't Google it.
Yeah, I show you. The front runner for the show was Punk Fish, and then I looked up what it meant.
In Urban Dictionary? Yeah, I learned a lot from that website.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Punk Fish. Interesting. Everyone's doing it right now.
Everyone, the whole world. The whole world that are listening to us right now are
Googling.
Googling Punk Fish.
So, Punk versus Fish, and Punk is wearing long boys, meaning his long pants in this match. This is a good back and forth from both of these guys. I don't think they've ever wrestled, which is interesting because again, both
probably not. No.
Came through a Ring of Honor at different times in their careers. So both going back and forth with some chain wrestling and strike counters. Fish is in control and then hits his like senton into the ring, springboarding in there. Punk sends him out and hits a tope. Punk's still hitting that tope. He's picking up where he left off. I think he's picking up all the old stuff. He then Fish hits him with something, the Mandala Hanari, and Excalibur says it, and I'm pretty sure JR is like, I don't know what that is.
It's just some cradle, I think, wasn't it?
There's Punk up top with a one-legged jumping elbow drop off the top, like Macho Man, but with one leg, and JR says he would look like Mr. Miyagi, because the way he's balancing with the one leg and then jumps, looked pretty cool. There's then...
Yeah, that's because Bobby's been targeting the knee the whole match, so he's like...
Yeah,
can only do it on the one leg.
So his leg is still hurting, and this is when Bobby strikes him in the leg, and almost looks like it makes Punk do the splits. It made my crotch hurt. Yeah, it definitely looked like it hurt. There's then more kicks. He ducks one and then hits his patented swinging CM Punk neck breaker. He picks up Fish after a near fall, but gets this dragon screw again. But then it's countered into the GTS, countered again, and finally Punk manages to hit the GTS. And crawls over with the bad knee and gets the pin. But Fish kicks out at 3 because he took so long to get to him. So it's like, oh, there could be some tension there, a story there for a rematch. But a pretty fast-paced, also hard-hitting, very technical. Kind of didn't expect. I thought this was Punk's best match since being back.
Yeah, this might have been his best match. I really enjoyed this. Loved I love how dominant Bobby Fish was in this, and the targeting of the knee. I thought Punk's selling was excellent here, and I really like how all his matches so far he's kind of had to work a slightly different style. I've enjoyed that. I think he's definitely getting into his groove again, and I love the whole Bobby Fish had done so much damage to him. The GTS took so much out of his own knee that it took him a few seconds to get over. And the kick out just after the 3, it's believable for me. You would try and kick out, and sometimes that would be after the count. So I thought this was really good and a great opener to the show. Yeah,
Bobby Fish has been on a little bit of a hot streak. Bobby Fish, he got let go. He shows up here and he's putting on some crackers. But yeah, I definitely thought this was my favorite Punk has been since returning to the ring, since being in AEW. So he kicks out at 3, but Punk wins the match, meaning he can probably argue for a rematch. And Punk should beat him with the Anaconda Vice.
Yeah.
He should bust that out and make him...
Yeah, I kind of thought that was where this was going, that he'd win with that, because his finisher is using that knee. I just looked up the show Okada is coming for is on the same day as Full Gear.
Oh, so quickly fly him.
Fly from San Jose to Minneapolis.
Oh, there's a time change, too. They can make it.
Oh, yeah? No, wait, you'd have to do Minneapolis first, wouldn't you? And then fly to San Jose because they're behind.
Yeah, no, I don't know what times each show is at. What's the time? Is there a time zone there too in Minneapolis?
Well, San Jose will be West Coast,
well,
so they'll be like 3 hours.
Let's
behind,
just be safe.
They?
Let's just be safe and say he shows up on Dynamite.
Yeah,
the following week, he's here.
It depends where his flight is. Yeah, might have to go home.
He's the champ. He can do what he wants. He's the real champ. As long as he stops doing the money clip.
Why are they doing an event that day though? Come on.
Yeah. What's
That's
the card
so
going to
dumb.
be?
They're doing it the same day as Full Gear? That's stupid.
Because you could have done Mox Okada at that show, but Mox is fighting Danielson.
Yeah.
All right, we think.
We assume, yeah.
Yeah,
they're not going to give Mox to another show. They're
Not
going
for
to have
that.
him for his pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I saw people on socials being like, "Oh, what?
Yeah, Minneapolis is Central Time, so what?
You're
So
saying
there's
there's a
2
chance.
hours difference, I think, between the two.
He'll open the show at San Jose, get on a plane, TK's private jet, fly to Full Gear, and show up at the end of the show. Can't wait. It's going to be insane. You heard it here first. We see, back to Dynamite, Malachi Black, a little video here after last week losing to Cody Rhodes. He says, I made your own family lose faith in you. I forced you to take measures that you've never taken. I had an entire crowd hating you. It's not about pinfalls. Remember that the house always wins. Clearly Malachi, a fan of Duke Hudson.
Yeah.
From NXT 2.0. The house always wins.
And also wins and losses don't matter. A fan of Grayson Waller as
right.
well.
Yeah, it's all about the likes
So I
and
don't
stars.
care. It didn't matter that I lost.
Yeah, quick promo, but cool. Meaning, hey, I'm going to show up later.
Yeah, and also it means, we're still going with this feud here. Okay.
Think so. Yeah. We go to MJF versus some guy. It looked like Jeff Hardy from '93.
Yeah, did we get the name?
I didn't get a name. No, I don't know. Sorry, I literally blinked and I missed it. So I'm sorry, blonde dude who got beat up by MJF and then he hits the spike pile driver.
The Heat Seeker.
Heat Seeker. It's over and MJF wins. But he grabs a microphone. Cut my music. He says, "Oh, Boston. By the way, hot crowd tonight, especially after that match with Punk and Fish. They were definitely in a good mood. They are hot." He says, "Boston, I haven't been here in a while, but I'm just remembering now that this place is absolutely a shithole." And he says, "I'm MJF, and I pin shoulders on mats, and I'm banging rats. I'd rather shove my junk in a blender, though, than go anywhere near your disgusting fat women. And then here's my impression of all your mothers. Harder." He says, "You're all losers. And Darby is just too scared to show up. Darby, my baby boy." I love him when he keeps calling him that. And then he also kind of just briefly calls out Hangman Page.
So he's kind of saying, I've stepped over Darby now. Like, Darby, he's not coming back. So I was interrupted by Darby when I was laying down my claim for the AEW World title.
Right.
And he says that Hangman is the current challenger, but he beat him 2 years ago for that diamond ring. So he's got that win over him.
He says, so it doesn't matter after Full Gear, Kenny or Adam, I'm going to be the future world champ. And that's when Sting's music hits here in Boston. They get a little rowdy, but all of a sudden he just starts laughing and he goes, "You idiots." And he looks at Sean Spears and Wardlow, who are there, and he kind of goes, "Sean, good idea. That was a good one. We got these idiots." Like, they fake popped Sting's music.
Yeah.
And then he's talking some more trash as then the lights go out as he's still talking. And he goes, "Oh, you got him again, Sean." And Sean goes, "I didn't do this one." And
It was a spooky moment.
what?
Oh.
It cuts to some video where it's like Darby wearing an MJF face mask thing that we've seen.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, cut out eyes. And then it's some, like, footage of a concert where MJF was there and then Darby beat him up, or someone that looked like MJF with the mask on. I kind of didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah, it wasn't actually MJF.
Yeah, it wasn't
No,
him. It was the guy
just-
in the mask.
yeah.
Yeah, like the fake cutout thing.
It's like one of Darby's mates who's like, I'm going to hit you in the head.
Yeah, and then
like,
throw you
I'm
through
going to
things.
make a point. This
Yeah.
is MJF.
It was on stage at some concert. I'm not sure if that was JPEG Mafia or not. I know he's like friends with some artists and stuff. So I didn't quite get that, but it cuts back to MJF thinking, like all of us, like, what the fuck was that? And then Sting is there.
It showed after the video, it says, "And now I break you physically."
Sting shows up with the bat in the ring when the lights come back on, and he attacks Shawn Spears. Looked like he nailed Wardlow in the face with the bat. Not quite Kurt Angle Sting TNA time with the bat. But then Darby's on the run. He's running ringside when I pointed to you, oh, some guy in the crowd has a really cool Invisible Man costume. Oh, wait, that's Darby, who reveals himself and beats up on MJF, sending him running away with the Pinnacle guys. And Darby says, MJF, I want you at full gear. So the challenge is laid. I think MJF is just the biggest heel in wrestling. With everything he said in his promo, he definitely delivers. Like,
he's so good.
Yeah.
I'm like a broken record with
Yeah,
it. Just every week he's like, another great promo, another great MJF segment. Honestly, his segments always pretty much deliver for me.
This is what I like in my wrestling. Sorry, this is what I used to like as a wrestler. You needed me to actually hate you.
Why are you sorry?
No, but like I don't like this like cookie cutter WWE stuff that they've done for like 10, 15 years now. Like no, like wrestling used to be like vulgar. What you want to see this guy fight him because look how fucking mean this guy is to people. Yeah. He's such an asshole. The clip of MJF on Barstool or whatever where he goes in and some guy they're riffing and he must have them like loaded, right?
Yeah,
like he's just ready to with these zingers and stuff. He is definitely impressive on the microphone, and he's great. I'm super excited to see this match.
Oh yeah, I think this would be great.
Yeah,
really looking forward to
Two of the pillars. The OG pillars.
The original pillars of wrestling.
Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I didn't quite get the concert stuff, but definitely popped.
The Darby's always being weird. Yeah. It's like not necessarily his audience for all of it. Maybe this is something in Boston. I don't know. Someone probably found it cool.
Well, I thought the Invisible Man thing was cool as fuck. Yeah, I definitely loved that. Shout out the Invisible Man. The OG, 1933. That outfit was cool. Apparently, the opponent MJF beat was Bryce Donovan, who was from Boston.
Bryce Donovan.
Shout out
from
Bryce.
Boston.
Love you, Bryce. We see Britt Baker with her crew with Tony Schiavone. And I think I love her sweater. It's a Oogity Boogity from Nightmare Before Christmas. Great movie. And Tony lets Britt know that she's got a match this Friday in Trick or Treat Rampage. Not quite the same ring as Halloween Havoc, but...
no, the match is a Trick or Treat match.
Oh, I thought that they called...
On Rampage.
Yeah, I thought they called Rampage Trick or Treat Rampage.
She's facing Abaddon in a Trick or Treat match.
What is a Trick or Treat match?
So the treat is if Abaddon wins, she gets a title match.
Right, okay.
The trick is it's no DQ.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I mean, the gimmick here, Britt's upset that she has to do this match now, and she's freaking out. And at one point, Hayter scares Reba in the segment. But Britt's finisher is she puts her hand in her opponent's mouth. Mm-hmm. Have you seen what Abaddon looks like?
Yeah, got a scary mouth.
So that you can see where Britt's upset here, clearly.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. We go to Ethan Page versus Sammy Guevara for the TNT title. No one is ringside for this match. It's just a strictly one-on-one.
Everyone's banned. This has a million stipulations. It's for the TNT Championship. If Sammy Guevara wins, he gets to pick the opponents in a 10-man tag at Full Gear. But if he loses the title and he's out of the inner circle forever.
Wow, that's like pretty heavy.
And all members are banned from ringside. And there's a 30-minute time limit. And there's disqualification. There's rope breaks. Yeah. 10 counts on the outside.
It's a lot of rules. What happens if you throw the person over the top rope?
They scrapped that one, but yeah, you used to be able to get disqualified.
Oh wait, was that a different company?
Yeah.
That was a dumb rule. Ethan Page versus Sammy Guevara. Sammy is on fire right away and attacks him right even before the bell rings, sending Ethan to the outside of the ring, and then hits this crazy running corkscrew plancha to the outside and just lands on his feet just effortlessly. He's amazing. They then start brawling ringside. He's throwing Ethan Page around. Finally, the bell rings and they're going at it. JR, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur make it very clear that if you want tickets for AEW, you go to AEW Tix, that's TIX.com, and you can be at any AEW event, as they then cut to Tony Nese, who's sitting in the crowd, who clearly listened to their advice, and that's how he got here tonight. I was like, wait, what a bad time to show me. You too can be like Tony Nese.
Yeah.
The hottest free agent I don't know quite about that anymore after today's news in the world of wrestling. But hottest free agent, Tony Nese, sitting here ringside. Not the last we'll see of him.
Imagine if this isn't like he's not talking with AEW. He's just buying these tickets
literally
and going
showing up.
front row, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's Tony Nese again."
He's like, yo, Ego versus Guevara. I wanted to watch the match. Sounds great. So he's watching the match. He's loving what he's seeing. Sammy's fighting back at Ethan here. He gets this double rope jump flying cutter, which looked awesome. And then a Spanish fly from the Spanish God. And then a crazy shooting star off the top rope to the outside onto Ethan Page when he's like standing, which looked awesome. Page gets some offense in. There's tilt-a-whirl side slam. And then a body slam off the top rope, which you don't see too often here. And then this running football tackle. He goes up top to hit Guevara with an avalanche Ego's edge, but it's countered in midair like the Splash Mountain spot with Sammy Guevara hitting an avalanche Rana, a Frankensteiner, off the top, goes for a shooting star but misses it. Somehow there's counter after counter. A jackknife pin from Sammy gets the win.
I thought this was fantastic. Really, really good match. Sammy Guevara, actually both these guys, both their singles matches recently have been really impressive. And Ethan Page always does something where you think, oh, he's just going to kill the guy. Like going for the razor's edge off the top. I thought these two worked really well with each other. And it was a really exciting match and a good defense for Sammy. Like he's making these marquee matches now, his TNT title defenses.
Yeah,
you know?
Keep him coming.
Yeah.
Keep him coming. He's so good in the ring. His matches are awesome. And Ethan Page is someone who's definitely stepped it up. I've watched him on the indies for so long here, Hamilton native, and like seeing him where he is now. He's so good. This match was
I prefer
awesome.
him in this to the tag, to be honest.
For sure, 100%.
Like his match with Darby as well. Like
Yeah.
his single matches have been good.
He's so good, man. And he's such a good talker. Why is the other people talking for him?
Yeah.
When he's better talking than Dan Lambert. Like, Dan Lambert gets the heat, but, like, Ethan Page is really good at talking, too. I'm definitely seeing it now. And he also posted a great... he's got great shirts. But he was in, like, gear for his match, Serious, which I do like the change. Don't come out wearing your funny shirt to your big title match.
No.
He wore his, ring gear jacket.
I liked that there was no interference.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a straight-up match.
But his shirt, I was going to say, he had a button-up, but it was Goosebumps.
Oh, yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah, it was great.
Really nice.
Yeah.
You could hear JR as well was very impressed with Ethan Page in this match. Just his tone, he was going like, oh, like, Ethan Page is really good.
Yeah, definitely.
This over-delivered for me, actually.
Yeah, for sure. Sammy Guevara is someone, he has these banging matches. I hate, going, oh, we need to see more dream matches, but him and Ospreay would be absolutely insane because they do so many different flippy things. But Sammy's going to do this epic TNT run, hopefully. And then what's his full gear match?
It's the 10-man.
Oh, right. Sorry, that's right. He's going to be, as we'll see right here, because after the match, Ego is upset that he got pinned by Sammy, so he beats him up, and Scorpio Sky comes in for the help here, and they're beating him down, but the Inner Circle's music hits, meaning Fozzy Judas hits, and they come down, and of course they let the music play. The only time in wrestling they let the music play out during like the beatdown and save because they want to let it play out to the chorus.
Yeah,
they do know that you could just cut a part of it to get
no, but also I think it kind of works and it's unique to them because especially it's American Top Team who are like, I fucking hate this song. True. So they're doing it as a troll. It's like, yeah, we're going to play our music as we beat you up.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to sing and you're going to hate it.
Right.
You're going to punch you in the face. You got to listen to it.
Well, the crowd, again, Boston is hot for some wrestling tonight, and they were singing it full capacity. They were singing it loud and proud, and then they cut to Tony Nese. Tony Nese who's singing it just under, and then he realized the camera was on him, and he stopped and looks away. But again, Tony Nese is having a great time. That could be you at AEW. AEWTix.com. Be like Tony Nese.
Be like Tony Nese.
You can have fun. At a wrestling show.
He's just enjoying retirement, I guess.
They
just going to shows.
Because like Tony, sorry to go off here, because I did like the segment, because it's not over. But imagine Tony Nese's gimmick is like he's just like, I'm this great wrestler who never really had like a character. I'm just the premier athlete. Like, I got 8 abs. That's my gimmick. But like now he's just like, wow, wrestling. Wow. I never sat here and watched it before.
He's doing Frank the Clown, but in reverse.
He's going, yeah. He's becoming a fan.
Yeah.
So this segment's not over as the crowd sing. Jericho gets a microphone. Jericho, continuing his like Y2J era of promos, says that Sammy Guevara just beat Ethan Page and it was an awesome match and he retained the title. The only thing Page beats is himself in his hotel room last night. as the crowd here in Boston chant "Beat that meat" is what I think they were chanting. Beat the meat.
It was something like that.
It has to be up there with a great chant in wrestling. I didn't expect to hear tonight. Again, a very like American Pie-esque jokes from Chris Jericho.
He wanks.
Yeah. So he also says Dan Lambert's fat-headed, and he goes, "Oh wait, it's Halloween." So he's a pumpkin-headed dipshit, and that they're gonna take kendo sticks and shove them up their behinds, and because it's Boston, to quote a sweet Boston band, "Sweet Emotion" by Aerosmith, you're talking all the things that nobody cares. You're wearing all the things no one cares, but when it comes to Full Gear, we're gonna kick your effing ass. So they are gonna reveal who they pick. For
Good Jericho promo, like
still
he
the
always
crowd
delivers.
ate it up.
And
Though. They were hot
exactly,
for him.
exactly.
Yeah.
This is good. This has been entertaining. Who do you think they're gonna face? What members?
I was expecting Jericho to be like, we'll tell you a few now and I'll tell you a few later, but I can tell you right now, we want Paige Van Zandt. That's what I would have done, but instead he made a masturbation joke.
Yeah,
so, it's okay.
He said they're saying it next week.
Yeah, I think
they've got to regroup and decide how.
Because the inner circle is back.
Yeah,
I didn't know
they're reunited. I didn't know they broke up.
Yeah, it's great. So we go to backstage. It's Bryan Danielson being interviewed with Eddie Kingston. They're standing side by side, and Eddie Kingston says, "Daniel, I respect you, but you don't know what it's like. Every morning I wake up, I take Zoloft for the depression, which leads to anger and hate." And he goes off about how deep and dark his mind, the streets of his mind, are, right? And he says that he's a hard worker, but like usually he's got a lot to say, but he's gonna show. He's gonna beat Bryan Danielson, and he says, "Excuse my back," and he like walks off because usually he's a bit more like running the mouth, but he's
pissed off.
Yeah, he's like, no.
He's like, "You say I'm not a hard worker.
Yeah,
fuck you.
You say I'm not hard working." So Bryan has the mic now and says, "Well, I don't care. I don't care, Eddie. I don't care about your depression. I've had it too. We've all had it. I fight it. It doesn't matter. You have to prove that, and you're the hardest working person in this country, in this place." He doesn't care about Japan. It's clearly he's calling out Japan. Mm-hmm. No, he says that he's going to give it his all, and Eddie and Moxley are the two toughest pro wrestlers that I've ever met. But despite all of that, Friday I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be the best, and I'm going to beat Eddie. This was such an old school Ring of Honor Danielson promo. He just got fired up all of a sudden, and he's still a heel, but it's like, a babyface.
Yeah, like both of them were being baby faces, and like, respect this guy, but also like you've kind of, like you say, I don't work hard, and Danielson's just doing it to kind of get a rise out of him, to get that edge out of Eddie. You don't need to do much for this match. I think we all expect a Danielson win, but looking forward to the match. I think it should be really good. These two.
Very interested in watching. Is this on Rampage?
Is this Friday?
Yeah, it must
possibly.
Be.
Yeah,
it must be the main event because that sounds pretty wild.
I get so confused with all the shows.
There is a lot of shows. I mean, it's just I tend to skip Rampage unless there's I watched Pac Andrade too, which was fantastic, amazing. So I do check out stuff that like. You tell me if you watch it.
I tend to watch it like when I get home from work, really late. Sometimes fall asleep and then finish it in the morning.
It's good. It's an hour. It's pretty quick.
It's pretty easy to watch.
And it's usually good. Yep. It's usually good, just like more wrestling. Lucha Bros backstage with their boy
Alex
Abrahantes, and they lay down a challenge to FTR. Penta speaks in Spanish, and Alex is about to jump in and say Penta says, but Ray Phoenix inadvertently cuts him off, so Alex is like, okay. Ray speaks in English and says that, we've sacrificed a lot and we're going to take you to the limit. We want to challenge you. You disrespected our honor, our legacy, and Lucha Libre, essentially, with FTR winning the AAA titles. So Alex says, the Lucha Bros say that at Full Gear, it's tag team versus tag team, and they are willing to put the AEW tag titles on the line if FTR put back the AAA titles on the line for a title v title match.
Ooh.
Yeah, take my money.
Winner takes all, should be great.
Yeah, that should be awesome.
Both
teams are amazing. We've not seen them like full on.
We've seen them dressed as frogs, we're going to have a great match.
Yeah, pay-per-view quality match, and now like a build to it too. I like the build so far.
It kind of makes me question having Santana Ortiz win that feud, because it kind of felt like they were gonna then move forward to the tag titles, but now they're tied up with Inner Circle, and
they had to reunite.
They do, but they're now playing like background players again.
Yeah.
You know, they're very much, it's Jericho and Sammy are the two of this feud, with the others just there. I wonder whether it would have made more sense just having FTR win that feud to then go towards the Lucha Brothers.
So I mean, you could go back to that feud. I mean, do you think Lucha Bros beat them? I think so.
I think so.
So you still could go to that match afterwards for the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
PNP and Lucha Bros. We go to our next match. This show is on a roll. We go to Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida, the rematch, the new attitude of Serena Deeb, who stopped Shida from getting her 50th win. And Shida has the audacity to come out with that plaque.
I think it's motivation. It's like, I need one more win, and I'm going to have you. I'm going to have this. I'm going to take it home and put it on my mantelpiece.
You will be mine.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. You will be mine. So Deeb, Shida, part 2. Deeb rocking the Bret Hart pink and black attack. It may come back to bite her in this match. And Shida always has some Mirror's Edge kind of gear. She's always rocking the red. But these two had a banging match last time when Deeb kind of turned on her and broke the plaque over her head. It's still in two pieces here. The top part and the thing it stands on. This match starts off, and these two are rocking each other with a bunch of strikes. They're fired up. Shida's mad that Deeb did that to her the last time they fought. There's a drop kick off the top. Shida hits her with a delayed suplex. There's then uppercuts from Deeb. There's crazy counters. Shida hits her with an axe kick to the top of the back of the head, and then a straight jacket German, and then a sit-out Dominator, but it's only a 2 count. This move is awesome.
Yeah.
That move is crazy. There's then V-triggers type knees to the head, but jumps off the steps on the outside with a drop kick.
So she goes to set up the chair for her normal leaping knee.
Yeah.
JR was getting mad. It's like, what's she doing with the chair? This should be illegal.
Yeah.
And Deeb just listens to JR and throws it out the way. So Shida uses the steps instead.
And jumps off it onto Deeb. Deeb fights back though, and I said she's wearing the Bret Hart colors. She puts Shida in a figure 4 around the ring post here, just injuring the leg, and then gets her in the ring, and there's a series of roll-ups back and forth. There was some crazy, believable spots that you're like, okay, that's it. Definitely here with these roll-ups. There's then a counter into a knee, and then a knee again, but it's countered through a roll into a half crab from Deeb, which is beautiful.
Yeah, Shida's running knee, which she just caught out midair, looked great.
Looked nuts, but then eventually Shida gets to the ropes. There's then an inverted figure 4, like a death lock here from Deeb, which looked awesome.
Yeah, so I think she went for the figure 4 on one leg, and Shida was getting out, so she quickly just wrapped into the inverted one. So quick, and she's great. She's so good.
Then Deeb doesn't know how to get her down because Shida got to the ropes again, so she grabs the plaque and is going to use it, but Shida takes it away from her and goes to hit her with it, but the ref is like, Shida, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
So
the
Shida,
anguish in her face.
She's like, fine.
I want to smash her fucking skull in, but I really want to win the match.
So she hands it back to the ref, which allows the eye poke from Deeb inside cradle, but Shida kicks out of it. Again, bit so hard on that. Deeb goes for her neutralizer, but that's countered into a counter, and I mentioned, again, Deeb wearing the Bret Hart colors. Well, clearly Shida is a big fan of Davie Boy Smith pinning Bret Hart at SummerSlam 92 with this exact move, and that is how Shida gets her 50th win here in AEW, but damn, what a match.
What a match. Loved their first one. This was better. I think now you've got Serena fully leaning into that heel, aggressive bully wrestling style. It worked so well. These two have great chemistry. And I think Serena Deeb just every time impresses me so much.
Yeah, remember when she was in the Straight Edge Society and they didn't let her wrestle, really?
Yeah, How has she not been that whole time in WWE? Yeah. How was she not wrestling?
Has she not been a champion?
It's crazy. Yeah. She's so good. Every match she does delivers. And then this post-match as well.
Yeah, honestly, I thought this was match of the night.
Yeah,
probably. And I liked everything on this show. And I thought this definitely was this was banging. I can't wait to see this rematch at Full Gear 100%.
I think so. So there's this beatdown from Serena after the
Oh
match.
yeah, is there ever? She beats her up, hits her with the plaque and all that, and then locks in like the crowd, but like bending her back, and like people are pulling her. Jerry Lynn's upset. He's like, "What are you doing? Get off her!" Yeah.
So I think this should take Shida out of the tournament as well. She's meant to face Nyla Rose next.
Right.
I think this was such a big beat down on the leg, such an attack. I think you've got to pull Shida from it now and just give Nyla the bye, and then have this at Full Gear, the rubber match, because now AEW have finally succeeded in having a women's feud not be about the title anymore. And I want to see it. I want to see this match a third time.
100%. The rubber match.
Yeah, and they've escalated the stakes each time.
Yeah.
Now it's Serena Deeb just taking her out. I think this is great. This was a really strong, one of the strongest things they've done with the women, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably one of my favorite women's matches they've had. If not the probably one. I probably still love that Britt Thunder Rosa one. The lights out one, but this, honestly, the wrestling in this was so awesome. I didn't like Shida's run as champion when she just felt like plain. It didn't. I don't know. Maybe she didn't have the proper dance partner.
Think she had the strong enough opponents. The feud was never there. You never had this during her run, did you? You just had Nyla, she's big and dominant and can beat down on her, and it was the underdog thing. There wasn't even the Brit thing didn't really connect.
Right.
No, this is working,
and I don't want this on no buy-in. I want this on the pay-per-view.
Absolutely.
Yeah, give them time, let them kill each other, because they did it here on TV. This was great. So yeah, she beats her up afterwards. So I don't know if Shida's going to continue in this tournament. Who do you think's going to win this tournament? Jade or Jade or Ruby. Ruby, true.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I think you're going to go for Thunder Rosa and Britt again.
Yeah.
You've got to have that for the title.
Yeah. Thunder
so
Rosa's
Jade most likely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we go to Lio Rush and Dante Martin backstage, and Tony Schiavone announces that the tag match that was scheduled isn't going to happen because Mike Sydal is injured. So now it's just going to be the third match, Sydal, meaning Matt Sydal, versus Dante Martin, one-on-one. And Lio says timing is everything, and the timing wasn't right. And I should have assumed this was the outcome from Sydal, meaning he got injured, of course. They're weak. So he says that Dante's going to get the win back, and he's going to go on this. It's like a reset here, being his manager, his tag team partner. Dante says nothing and looks miserable.
Dante always looks so miserable. And I don't know if it's
part of the story. Yeah.
It's part of the story, or whether he's
no, he's part of the story.
He needs to work on his charisma a bit.
No, he's just like, this guy's talking for me now. Like he's gonna turn him heel. Like Leo's gonna interfere to help him win or do some cheeky business.
Yeah, it's a shame we're not gonna see Lio wrestle in this tag. I'm getting kind of Andrade vibes with Lio. All right, I kind of want to see you wrestle. Like
maybe
Punk, Cole, and Brian just came in and wrestled right away.
Yeah,
pretty much. We're having a lot of just rush talking, and
maybe they do this angle where he helps Dante win, and Dante doesn't want to be the heel, so then it just sets up a feud between these two.
For sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Because Dante can't be a bad guy. He's flying everywhere. No. He's a young kid. He's like 20 or something. So it's like, yeah. Leo's a good heel though. Get that vibe.
He's good. He's great on the mic. I just kind of want to see him wrestle now.
Yeah, for sure. We go to our next match. You want to see some wrestling? You're gonna see some violence, because Moxley woke up today and thought violence was a good idea. John Moxley versus 10 from the Dark Order in the Eliminator tournament, and 10 comes out with the Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and what's the other guy's name? Alan Angels? Yeah, they're hanging out. And Moxley's entrance is "Get the fuck out of my way!"
Oh boy!
As he's just pushing fans out of the way. There was people in his way. He's literally "Get the fuck!" And he shoved a guy. He shoved a bunch of people. Yeah. It was pretty cool. So he comes in and the bell rings, and this guy just starts beating up on 10, and he's ripping at his mask. He's biting the top of his head when the mask now of 10 is ripped. I don't know what happened, but 10 is bleeding. I don't know if maybe Moxley just straight up bit him, because this guy is leaking.
So much blood.
So much blood. He's actually putting one hand while fighting back, because he's trying to stop the bleeding, because it's just pouring out.
And the mask as well.
Can't see.
Can't see for shit.
Can't see anything. Moxley
got this crazy dad beating you up.
Yeah. He tries to fight back, but Moxley starts no-selling him and then just levels him with a clothesline. Just eats this guy. Paradigm shift. It's over. gets out of the ring, walks off, kicks the guardrail, pushes another fan.
He kicked the guardrail into a fan who's wearing like a Cactus Jack shirt.
He's like, get the fuck out of my way. He's covered in this guy's blood and just walks to the back. Moxley wins. Wow. 5 stars.
Yeah, this is awesome. He's going to murder Orange Cassidy next week.
And turn heel, like he has to. He's got to lean heel.
He is, and this is great. It's so entertaining, but he's becoming unlikable.
Right. I don't know. I fucking
no,
like this.
but I mean, when you're going to do this to Cassidy, and then you're up against Bryan, like it's a great slow turn into conditioning the fans to be like, actually, you're a bit of a dick now.
This was so good. It was so violent, just quick in and out. We knew this was going to happen, but not the blood and the ripping of the mask. And
it was great.
Damn. So, I mean, Moxley faces the winner of Danielson and Kingston. It's pretty much where it's going to go.
We'll go Danielson, Kingston, and
then
Mox
Mox has to face Orange Cassidy.
Has to face Orange Cassidy, and then I think there's another match after Kingston Bryan. No, I have
no idea.
Let's look at these
Either way, we know we're getting Mox and
Yeah.
Danielson because of TK's notebook.
Yeah.
So like that match is gonna be crazy with the storylines they're going on. Daniel Bryan being the nicest guy ever, talking about I just want to have good pro wrestling, and Jon Moxley who's like I'm a dad now, I don't sleep, I want to kill people. It's a great like collision course here, definite. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the final.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're at the semis.
Yeah, I mean the way this card is stacking is looking pretty stacked.
Because who did Mox kill last week?
Someone.
That wasn't a tournament match?
He did. No, he did. Yeah, he beat someone
tournament.
like really quick.
Yeah.
I honestly forget who it was. I'm
Right.
sorry. But yeah. So I love this and I can't wait to get to that
Anthony
match.
Green, was it? No.
No, that was Bobby Fish.
Too many wrestlers.
Yeah. So Orange Cassidy versus Mox is the next one. That should be interesting too. He's not going to run through Orange like that.
I think he should.
And that's how he's going to get heat.
Yeah.
Damn.
Cassidy should try his bullshit, and Mox just murders him. Snaps his thumb off. Stamps on his glasses.
Oh, man. Okay.
Kills all his best friends.
This was his first tournament match. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I want to see that against Orange Cassidy now. Sorry.
That's how you get the booze, right?
Yeah. He's got to be bad. Yeah, he's got to be bad guy. We go to FTR backstage. They have their AAA titles with them, looking super heelish. And they're saying that they've been waiting. They've been waiting for the opportunity to fight for the titles again. All these others were babysitting our babies, but the poppies are home. Tully says that FTR has hit the reset button, and Lucha Bros don't know what's coming down the pipe. And come full gear, you're going to fight for your life against the World Tag Team Champions. And when we beat you, we will go down as the best. Living legends, a dying breed. Top guys out. Yeah. So FTR and Lucha Bros. Yeah, solid promo from all three of these. Even, sorry, it's not Dax the Axe. He's Scott Dawson. Cash Wheeler.
Fuck, every week we're
Cash
trying
Wheeler.
to figure out. Cash Wheeler.
Even him on the mic now, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, he's never been bad. Dax is great, so you often give him to do.
Yeah, and
get him
Tully,
to
he's
do it
great
all.
too.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think
I'm sold on this match.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. So we're going to that. It was Wheeler Yuta that Mox beat up last week.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a tournament match.
It wasn't a
though.
tournament match.
Yeah. So Orange got some, or no, Orange is gonna put up a fight. Come on, Orange. Mox is gonna eat him.
I think Mox should kill him.
Yeah. Speaking of killing him, we go to Cody Rhodes wearing some Jordans.
Yeah.
American Nightmare looking Jordans. They're white with the American flag on them. Just picture what Cody Rhodes would pick in a Jordan store. Just picture it. That's what he's wearing. Looking fresh and feeling fresh to a sea of Boston boos.
So many boos.
Damn, he sounded like John Cena in his hometown.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes comes out. He's with Arn, of course. We looked just like them last night. Spitting image. Yeah.
I thought they were going to dress as us tonight.
Yeah. Would you think Cody showed everyone pictures of people dressing up for him as Halloween? Like, look, people dress up like us. Look, do you see? That's how over we are.
When people are like, so how's this wrestling thing? Let's go. Like, people dress like me.
I hope so. I hope we made his night. We did it to praise the God and Cody. Arn and the Glock. So Cody comes out with Arn, and Cody grabs a microphone, and he says, "Believe it or not, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you here in the crowds. I hear you online. I hear the old wrestling managers shouting at clouds. I hear you last Saturday when I hit that black. When I hit black with the Tiger Driver 98 that Excalibur excellently pointed out. And I thought for a brief moment, I thought hitting a different move. What would happen if I hit that other move? Would I have popped up? Would I have sneered? But I didn't. I didn't break my covenant for the world title. Challenging for that? No, I didn't. Because, respectfully, it's too easy. No, not the matches. They would be hard, but that would be the easy way out. I feel like as a fan, you can cheer or boo. You can boo the narrative, but it's the true narrative. It doesn't matter who signs the check, but don't forget the man who built the bank. So do me a favor, and remember, the easy way is not in my nature. Put yourself in my shoes. As he then takes off the Jordans, throws them in the crowd. Take my shoes, throws them. And he says, I debuted at 20, no knee pads. I got a wife who's too hot for me, a daughter I don't deserve, and my brother, bell-to-bell, Hall of Fame player, Dustin, is probably better than I am. The crowd cheer for that part. He says, I got a father who I couldn't touch a legacy if I lived to be 300. There's no way I could touch that cultural legacy he had, but that's why. I'm not going the easy way out. So I don't mean to pander, but I love you, and I loved you my entire life. Talking to us, the crowd, the fans. He says, but if anyone thought I'd gone Hollywood or I've gone away, I apologize. And then he just quickly names everyone in the Nightmare family. So this probably lasted like 5 minutes.
Yeah, who did he miss out?
He says, I apologize to everyone, and especially to you, sir. And he turns to Arn, and he says, if I've never told you, it's a damn honor to work with you, and you were right. And then he hit him with a crossroads.
We were waiting for it. We thought, is he?
No, he didn't do that. But I really wish he did.
Yeah, let's break this down before Andrade comes out.
Not normally will I break down an entire promo, but I'll stand on this hill that I do love Cody on the microphone specifically. I do think he could literally just read a phone book and we'd go, okay. Or you boo him. He's a good worker. This promo set me up to be like, wow, like you literally are pandering. So you still are being this over the top, over dramatic heel here. You gotta beat up Arn right now and say fuck you, Arn. But he didn't do that. I think if he did that, this would have been like my fucking segment of the year. But he didn't do that, and something else happens.
It's very odd because
Poetic.
I don't know, like
He's stoic.
So Cena's had these reactions all his career, and he's always said in interviews like he's not turning, like that's not gonna happen. And he acknowledges them when he comes out. He'll cut his promo and he'll do like, yeah, this is why I love you guys. You can cheer me, you can boo me, whatever. Whereas Cody does seem bothered by it.
Yeah.
You know, and he's still like, it's like, but I love you even though you don't love me. And it's, he sounds great. He's a great talker, but it is an odd, for me, it's an odd like tactic to go about. Just coming out and being like, I know you want to hate me, but I ain't giving it to you.
I
ain't giving it to you. I'm not going to be bad. I know you want to hate me, but I'm going to stay true to myself, and because I love you. It's very different.
I really thought that they should have just done it. Turn on Arn and disappear for a few weeks.
They're not though. They're not turning him.
I know, it's crazy. So everything he said, they'll just do in a year. Like, I won't challenge for the world title. I might change my mind. It's the easy way out. Like, he's literally saying, I'm not turning. And he said this in, like, interviews. He says this in everything, that he's not doing it. But part of me was like, dude, if you do, you're fucking sick again. Don't you remember how it worked for you on the indies?
Yeah.
You came in, oh, cool, Cody Rhodes is here. But then you became a dick.
I think it's going to be a battle with him.
Yeah.
It will make his... I mean... You look at all those Cena reactions.
Yeah.
It makes the matches hot. It does. It's confusing though, and in a company where you've got so many people who are the guy in AEW, which at the time you didn't really with WWE. I don't know. I feel like they might be fighting a losing battle here.
Yeah.
But I am interested, as always with Cody. He fascinates me as a character.
100%. That's why I'm like, any like movie you've watched. The guy's been the good guy this long, and then it's leaning this way. Like the little things that he's doing, not little things. The pyro. CM Punk mentioning on commentary a few weeks ago, like, oh, geez, does he always have this entrance? Damn. Like, why does he have all these people? Why does he have fire? It's like, yeah, it's like, it's such a story. It's like a whole story. And I just was like, all right, okay. And then instead, Andrade comes out. And says, yo, Cody, these people don't like you. They don't like me, but I don't care about the people. Look at me. I am Idolo. And does he say that Cody has a stupid tattoo on his neck and then calls him a little bitch? Well, I'm going to make you my little bitch. And then the lights go out. Aleister Black is now standing in the ring when the lights come back on. He spits in the face of Cody. They attack Cody. They attack Arn. But Pac runs out for the Pac rub to Cody and saves the day. So clearly we're getting attacked.
Pac strikes, like just lighting up Andrade here, who's in his suit.
Looking fresh.
So good. The chemistry Pac and Andrade have is awesome. And they confirm we're getting... next week is Cody Andrade, was it? I think they announced.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, Andrade Cody next week, but I assume we're getting a tag match as well. And I assume we'll get Pac versus Black as well.
We've seen that before. TakeOver, the first NXT TakeOver UK? Tommy End versus Pac.
We did, yes, you're right.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot better now with where they've gone in their careers.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. So, yeah, that sounds great. Both those matches sound good. Just, I don't know, I wanted to see this happen, and I feel like it's not going to happen if this is the way they're going about it.
I don't think so.
But
not for a long time.
But I'm still going to stand by my man. I'm still going to say Cody's the GOAT. You're just all... This is even more so. Watch I just be wrong. It's like all those people were like, Cena's going to turn heel. Watch. It's all part of it. No one ever really said it's all part of it for Cena, because Cena just seemed genuinely like...
Yeah, it just wasn't... He was the face of the company.
Yeah.
He was the company guy.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Cody isn't necessarily the face of the company. He's one of the faces of the company.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean, like, if Cody turned... It's not like Cena where it's like all those Make-A-Wish kids and all that. It's just like, you're a heel. Everyone, it's fine.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to.
Yeah. He just genuinely doesn't want to. It won't ever happen.
He's a great heel.
That's how he, Cody wants to be. He doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be a bad guy. But I genuinely think it would work out better if he did.
Yeah.
It would be so amazing. So maybe it is. I'm going to still hope out for this long run, Cody. I'm sorry. I'm still buying that we're all being worked.
I would also say maybe now isn't the time to have Cody a heel.
Right.
You've got the Elite as heels. You've got quite a few there who are heels. Moxley's about to turn, it looks like.
Right, true. Yeah, you're right.
Like, now isn't necessarily the time, and you can just ride this tweener role. Like, he knows he's a good guy. He knows he's a babyface. But he's going to get boos against people, which means you can kind of put him up against anyone. Like, any feud you want to do, you can really do with Cody. Like,
down the line, I want him to turn. I want him to do this epic Cody heel turn. I think he would be great, again, at it. 100%. He's a way better heel, in my opinion. Because he, on that indie run, which got us to, like he said, built the bank. Like that run was the first thing out of WWE that was hot for so long, that coincided with the Bullet Club. It was just so happened to all work out. So he is a really good heel, and I am a fan of whatever he's doing. The promo was really weird considering what didn't happen after the fact. Maybe that's another thing.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a swerve. It was just honesty.
Maybe, again, we're so conditioned for things in wrestling that, like, I still feel like we're being worked by Cody. Either way, he has my attention. I'll stand on the hill again. I love Cody Rhodes. He's ridiculous. And that's why we dressed up like Cody and Arn, because we support Cody and Arn and the brotherhood. We're happy that they didn't break up. We're happy.
Oh yeah.
No, I wish they did. Not yet. Well,
do it next year.
Yeah.
In a year.
Let it pan out. Long term storytelling, right? Didn't Dusty and Arn always fight anyways?
Yeah, Arn was one of Dusty's enemies,
yeah,
right?
Okay, yeah.
I think he broke his arm.
Yeah, so it'd be like, yo, that's from my dad. There you go. Yeah, exactly. So we go to the Dark Order. Is this it? Is this the main event?
It is.
The main event, the Dark Order come out. They were told that they have to go up against the Elite. And Hangman last week, returning, said, the Elite always dress in costumes for Halloween, so you got to one-up them. So the Dark Order come out. It's John Silver, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, and Colt Cabana coming out. And, well, Stu Grayson is dressed like Tommaso Ciampa.
He must have seen that last night and gone, oh, fuck.
Yeah. He's dressed
He's
as
like, I know, I won't do the blue stripe, I'll do the red stripe instead. That'll be different.
Kratos from God of
Yeah.
War, Stu Grayson. It looked good, too.
He did look good.
He got the whole body paint.
He's pale,
Yeah, he sprayed the body paint. Yeah, that's committing. We have John Silver, who's dressed as Bambi. And then we have Evil Uno, who's a cowboy.
Silver's costume kind of sucked. Sorry, Silver.
He was in a Bambi onesie.
You just had like a
nose thing. Yeah.
Come on.
I think because they imagined it was going to go with, like, instead of a horse for the cowboy, like, your Bambi, but still,
Right.
like, yeah. Maybe he just really likes Bambi.
Yeah.
He loves that movie. Evil Uno is a cowboy. He was basically Woody Hangman. Yeah, I was going to say Woody from Toy Story, but yeah. He wore the whole hat the whole match. Somehow.
Yeah.
He had a strap around it, so that's good. And there was also a horse that they had, like a guy coming out in a horse costume for the entrance here.
And Cabana was Brandon Cutler.
Yeah, the blue
body
jumpsuit.
spray.
Yeah, the body sprays and the face mask and everything. That was pretty good. But then out come the Elite. I don't think you're ready for this. It's the Elite. Their music hits as some like cover of the Ghostbusters, but instead it's Who You Gonna Call being the Elite. And out come the Elite dressed as Ghostbusters.
Yeah, they're just recycling an old costume.
They all had these lying around from a few years ago. So
We've seen them in this before.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess now is it a Warner product? So they're like, yo, let's get that rub.
I don't know, I was disappointed.
What did you expect them to be?
Just not repeating a costume.
Yeah, they did it a few years ago. I thought at least if you do the Ghostbusters, then
Have Cole as a ghost?
have Cole as the ghost that you're busting. So the Ghostbusters come out and they're all they shoot out stuff out of their proton packs or whatever. We'll get to that later. And they do a whole thing. They got Michael Nakazawa as the baby. Like as a giant baby? What is he supposed to be?
I think so. A giant
baby?
baby, like in one of those inflatable costume
Baby,
things.
like big, large, inflatable baby. And then Brandon Cutler as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. We'll get to that later.
Yes.
So this is exactly what it sounds like. They're not taking their costumes off, and they're going to wrestle in the costumes. So the Elite versus the Dark Order. And they're wrestling here. We get Adam Cole and John Silver tying it up here, which I can't wait to see a singles match between these two. Silver's is amazing. And he gets Adam Cole down, and of course Adam Cole does the boom and all that stuff. But John Silver has the budge.
Okay, with their... Sorry, I just want to go to the entrances.
Yeah.
Adam Cole does his Adam Cole baby
Yeah.
thing. But he had such an opportunity for it to be, who you going to call? Adam Cole, baby.
yeah.
And he just timed it like just before. It's like, come on.
He's always missing the timing.
You're always missing the boom. I was listening to his an interview with him.
Yeah.
He was saying they didn't have the boom originally in it. And he was like, I just figured I'd just do it whenever. And then after a few times, I was like, oh, people really want the boom on a boom. I'm like, yes, Adam Cole, we want a boom on a boom. In a song that goes boom repeatedly through it, and you somehow go boom on a bit where it doesn't say boom, it's a bit stupid.
Yeah.
And here I'm like, Adam Cole, you're a great wrestler. Like, you're not necessarily musically, like, in tune.
He missed it. I thought he looked
He
good.
misses a lot.
Because he tells Nakazawa to quickly get in the front, and then when he does it, they all do a pose.
Yeah.
It did look visually cool. And again, anytime this guy just puts his two fingers up, people shout his name.
There
It's
for you. Who you gonna call? Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, true. Would have worked. I mean, their music did have the Elite in it, but that definitely would have. They missed the mark for that,
Yeah.
for sure. So this match continues on. We get the budge thing from Silver, which is
Great.
also very funny. Kenny's in now with Evil Uno, and he's wearing the Proton Pack. And obviously, Tony Schiavone and Excalibur kind of know what that is. But JR goes, the Proton Pack? The Proton Pack? I don't think he knows what a Proton Pack is. For those not knowing...
JR was on one this match.
Yeah, he had a great night. And then he saw this match. He's like, yeah. Someone took Shikara to JR tonight. And he was like, what the fuck is it? Proton Pack is what the Ghostbusters have on their backpack.
Yeah.
That's the ghost busting
Ghost sucker
device,
thing,
apparatus.
whatever it is.
Yeah, busting makes me feel good. So this match continues with Kenny wearing the Proton Pack and like attacking Evil Uno with it. We get Colt Cabana using the Brandon Cutler cold spray from his costume. This is absolutely ridiculous. They go from spot to spot of just ridiculousness. Nakazawa hits a big splash of the inflatable costume on the outside. There's Kenny Omega doing the claw, walking around, acting like Evil Uno. Stu Grayson gets tagged in when they go to picture-in-picture, and if you watch picture-in-picture, he was lighting everybody up. When they come back, he's getting beat on, but then he comes back again, and we've seen him do this spot, but I don't know how he does this, because he walks off the top turnbuckle, walks off the shoulders of one of the Young Bucks, walks off the shoulders or head of the other.
The head of Matt Jackson, just stood on his head.
It's like in Super Mario when you jump and then you jump on the flying shell to then jump onto the other thing.
Yeah.
He does that off one buck to the other buck and then flying.
Or Roger Moore off the crocodiles.
Yeah.
The one with, which one is it?
I don't know.
You
But
could
Roger Moore's the GOAT next to Lazenby. So he does this into a crazy Hurricane Rana on Kenny Omega, which was just insane. And then he's up again and he's doing all sorts of crazy moves. Just nuts. So the Young Bucks are getting beat up here. There's Colt Cabana doing the Superman pin. That gets broken up. One of the spots where the Bucks are all over the place, Tony Schiavone screams, "Don't cross the streams," which I was waiting for. Tony must love Ghostbusters as much as I do. There's then Johnny Hungy who's in. He's getting beat up. He's doing his crazy stuff as well here, though. Eventually, there's a triple super kick into the Sushi Groshi, or the last shot from Adam Cole here. Then there's Evil Uno with a neck breaker where he gets the ref to hold the thing. Basically, all the crazy PWG Shikara spots all in this match while they're in costume. There's super kick party, but a referee, Rick Knox, gets it here. He's out. And then there's a low blow, and then a triple low blow. JR is then being like, enough of these proton packs.
Proton packs, protein packs, milk bags, like whatever. He was getting so angry.
They stack all the protein packs, and then they do that power bomb that they messed up with the Luchasaurus.
Yep.
So they do it this time, and they power bomb Colt onto all of the proton packs. While all this is happening, they bring in the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man, and then the Dark Order try to help because the referee's down, but they beat up the Dark Order, and then they grab the horse, which they realize is Hangman Adam Page. So they grab him, and they're going to all V-trigger him. They hit him with the super elite V-trigger thing, BTE trigger. They're all laughing, but when they pull the horse's head off, it's Brandon Cutler tied up with duct tape over his mouth.
I liked the kind of added thing of the duct tape, because it's like, then they can't hear him like screaming, going, "It's me."
So they all realize what the hell is going on here as the Dark Order attack, throw all of them out of the ring except I think Matt Jackson, who's left alone, as the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man is behind him, who then just ever so slightly takes off the head of his own costume, revealing not Brandon Cutler, but Hangman Adam Page.
What a surprise.
Oh my goodness, cats and dogs living together. Hangman clotheslines the Young Buck here, levels him out, beats him up. Kenny looks like he's seen a ghost and gets a dead eye from Hangman, as then is it John Silver who hits the Spin Doctor, great name for a move, which then gets the win for the Dark Order. What was this? This was chaotic.
Yeah.
Craziness.
I like this. Doing the Halloween stuff. So much of it is goofy, and so much of this was goofy, but it was well timed. For me, the comedy worked, and you got great wrestling in there as well. And it kind of furthers the story. Dark Order get a win. Hangman has one up on the Elite. Like, finally, the good guys have a bit of a one up on these guys. This was nuts. So many people are going to hate this.
Oh, yeah.
Cody actually mentioned about former managers yelling at clouds earlier in his promo, and
Jim Cornette's gonna love
exactly.
this match.
Jim Cornette's gonna love this match, right? But I had fun. You had such a great show tonight with really good wrestling throughout, and this had good wrestling and the silliness, and it was in the spirit of Halloween. I thought this was fun.
Yeah, I mean, last night I watched Dexter Lumis, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, and Gargano in a haunted house with just actors walking
Which wasn't
around.
funny.
Not
there was
funny,
no action.
Didn't land at all.
No, exactly.
And it was even more sillier than this.
Oh yeah.
This was definitely over the top silly. This was the silliest thing I think AEW has done. For me,
I don't know.
They did a stadium stampede.
Some of that early stuff.
Yeah.
That like dentist match.
Oh right, yeah. But I didn't hate this either. I didn't
hate. That's what I'm saying. This was silly stuff, but like was good silly stuff, I thought.
Yeah. I definitely feel like I'm giving it a pass, but the wrestling was there. All these
Wrestling was there, yeah.
All the guys in this match are talented, like crazy hard-working guys, and they killed it.
And it does suit their characters. We know the Elite goof around and dress up. We know the Dark Order goof around, and it works for them. This isn't just your random roster being like, right, you got to be in costume today. Right. I believe the characters they've presented over the last 3 years on this program, 2 years, I believe that they're the kind that for Halloween, let's go to work today in costume.
Right.
Their work happens to be their wrestlers.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. No, it was really fun and kind of lighthearted, but still plays in with the story. Like I imagine they did the Ghostbusters thing so they could do the Stay Puffed thing. Like it made sense with that. So that's probably why they went that route. I know it was really silly, but like everyone hit, it felt like a cartoon. It felt like I was like Brandon Cutler tied up like a Scooby-Doo thing. Like what the? And I don't know what was going on.
We say this is all elite wrestling, and they do bring us kind of everything that's out there. Right. We have talent from all over the world. Yeah. We have really different styles. All the matches tonight were so different. Yeah. You know? And this is a part of wrestling, like comedy wrestling. It's been a thing for years and years. And I think if there is a time to pull it out, Halloween is the time to do it.
Yeah. I can't get the visual of Hangman reveal. It's such a classic Western twist of a swerve, pulling the mask, revealing. It's like a horror movie swerve at the end of a Scream movie or something. Yeah. Obviously, it's the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. Why did you think of the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man?
It was the added. I think we called it pretty early. I think everyone did. Yeah. But the added touch of Brandon Cutler being kind of tied up, it's as if they had the one up on them the whole time. Right. I thought this was great.
It's so fucking stupid, but isn't pro wrestling? Isn't it silly? But it can be everything. This show also gave me Punk and Fish put on a banger. Deeb and Shida put on a banger. Ego and Guevara banger. There was wrestling on this show. This match still had the wrestling, but it was like comedy. It was like PWG Hikaru, but
this was a really strong episode for me. I thoroughly enjoyed this. All the promos delivered this week. Yeah. All the matches delivered this week. Even the mocks just squash. Everything was good. I barely had any complaints. I don't think I had any complaints.
I see so many people hating this match for sure.
I completely can see that as well.
But we were having a ball.
I don't know if the people that hate this are the AEW regular audience anyway.
Right.
I reckon most of the people that hate this don't watch this show, I imagine, and they're going to see on Twitter GIFs and they're going to go, that's fucking dumb.
Right. I mean...
And to be fair, I probably would for another show that I don't watch. I'd probably see it and go, that looks like it's not my cup of tea. But I think if you're, at this point, invested in AEW, I can't see you having much of a problem with this.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I have to give them that. I was thoroughly entertained with this ridiculous match, but the whole show was top to bottom, definite solid episode of Dynamite, for sure. You had your wrestling in there. Shida and Deeb definitely had my match of the night, and there was other matches that were great.
Yeah, that and Punk Fish I really liked. Very, very strong episode.
Yeah, and it had Ghostbusters. So
sure, cool.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to. I'm pretty sure it's a Warner product, so I mean they're probably gonna have tie-ins for the movie December or whenever.
I guess.
Yeah, which kind of looks pretty good. I'm waiting for that Rick Moranis cameo though. I don't know if
is it happening.
No, they're keeping it hush hush.
Right.
Unlike Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man, they released a rap thing Spider-Man No Way Home, because I think it's the end of this trilogy. So there's this plaque with everyone who worked on the movie. Someone signed it.
Toby.
You had one job, Toby.
We all know that. Although Andrew Garfield is quite adamant, I'm not in it.
Yeah, I really want Rick Moranis to do a cameo in Ghostbusters. I know Dan Aykroyd is a cameo. Bill Murray probably. But Rick
Bill Murray was in the last one, wasn't he?
Yeah, they were all in the last one when they were alive. Now, but definite biggest pop would get me.
No, I mean the one with the women's.
Yeah.
One.
They were all.
They're all in it.
I'm pretty sure they all showed up in it, except for I'm blanking on his name. One of them has passed on, but I still feel.
I only remember Bill Murray.
I still feel like if you give me that Rick Moranis, I'll lose it because the OG Ghostbusters is great, and I do think the new one looks pretty awesome. But I love the tie-ins here with the Ghostbusters Stay Puft stuff, and Yeah, solid episode of Dynamite. I really enjoyed it. They didn't go crazy with the Halloween stuff until the very last match, which was just so over the top. But I really enjoyed it. The wrestling was there for me. I'm interested to see where this Full Gear card is just looking stacked.
It looks really good
already.
How much are flights?
To Minneapolis in November. Let's go.
Fuck it.
It's probably already snowing.
Better than here.
Is it snowing there already?
I don't know.
Probably, yeah. I can't wait for Full Gear. We'll be watching some of the matches. Rampage. We'll talk about this tournament bracket and everything. Next week on BDElite, we'll talk all about next week's Dynamite and some Rampage talk and all that stuff. We'll see what happens with Ring of Honor. We'll see what happens. Everything can change in a day in the world of wrestling.
Yes, it can.
Yeah. If you want to hear more of us, though, you can listen to our Halloween Havoc review, of course. But Patreon.com, we have so many shows out. We got our Exorcist review. We have a Halloween Havoc 1996 review coming out this week. We are doing a Twilight Zone show, but we have to figure out when we're going to try to record it. We had a recording conflict of issue.
Hopefully that will still go out tomorrow as scheduled, but we had to push back our scheduled recording. But that'll be coming out at some point. But what will be coming out this Friday is the next episode of The Sesh. This time I'm joined by Wei Ting from Post Wrestling. You've probably heard of him. Talk all about episode 2 of season 3. And that will be coming out on the Patreon on Friday for all patrons.
Yeah, so go check out The Sesh talking about Succession. We got Shot in the Dark, which is on the free feed. Sino talking all about Ring of Honor and NXT UK, all the other stuff, Dark Elevation, all that stuff. It's free. But if you want to hear free podcasts and you want to stay in the Halloween spirit, because it's this weekend and I hope you party and you party hard. But our Halloween movie reviews continue as we are joined by John Sino, as we all nerd out over... Can we call it a horror classic?
It's classic in my book, yeah.
Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. We recorded this today. Did we record this today?
Yeah,
it was a long day. We recorded a few things. We recorded this today with Sino, and that's coming out for free on this very feed on the weekend to celebrate Halloween. And we talk all about Halloween. We talk a bit about Halloween Kills, the terrible mask in Halloween 4, all the stuff. All the fun stuff of Halloween 4. So can't wait for that. If you're a fan of the Halloween movies, check us out. All the past ones. We did Halloween 3 last year and vice versa. They're all back in the catalog here of the free shows.
Yeah, go check them all out. On the Post Wrestling site, they've divided all the movies up and stuff. So go and have a look. There's plenty on there for free if you haven't ever listened to any of our movie reviews.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're already a patron, you know all the cool shows we had out for October for like Best Match Ever, Casket Match, and all the scary, spooky stuff. But if you want to give us a shot, November 1st is a new month, which means we'll have a ton of new shows. We'll have more retro NXT reviews. I know we got some Up Yours coming out. I know someone has picked Karate Kid Part 2.
Oh, yes.
That's going to be awesome. So many shows coming out on the Patreon in November as well. So $5 North American tier is all it takes to get access to so many shows, including like almost 400 podcasts that are in the back catalog. Movie reviews, all that stuff. So go check us out if you're a fan. And hey, at UpNext Podcast, Twitter, Instagram, to see that picture of us is Arn and Cody.
Absolutely.
That was fun. Oh, and sorry, last plug, but we did record a Behind the BDE for World Champ patrons. We always top ourselves.
Oh, yes.
We're going to get canceled real soon. But World Champs get access to all the Behind the BDEs, which is a monthly show for those champions in our life.
Never know what we're going in to talk about, and we always have plenty to talk about.
This time we did it while in our Cody and Arn outfits, and we get on the subject of Alec Baldwin, The Undertaker, Sandra Bullock, and more. Oh, you finally find out that movie, too.
Yes.
It wasn't Sandra Bullock.
It wasn't Sandra Bullock, no. Ashley Judd in
That's right.
High Crimes. Great film.
Great film. Maybe we'll review it.
We should. I feel we need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, the video version's up there as well for all world champions. So go check that out if you are a world champ or if you want to be a world champ.
Yeah, go check, because if you want to be a world champ, it's $25. And I know that's a lot, but you get access to that show, you get access to all the shows, and you also get to come on, pick something, and join us and talk about stuff. Yeah. That's why we have so many cool picks from all our cool patrons. So thank you guys, and thank you for listening to this show. We'll be back with all the podcasts. We appreciate you listening to us, and you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. Have a happy Halloween. Take care. Goodbye. Be safe. And who you gonna call? The BDE.
Ahoy!
First time in a long time, but it seems like just yesterday when we were side by side. Beast mode, no one's blocking our way. These other guys tried it, but them man ain't got the skills of Braden and Davie, brazen and raging, bringing you the thrills and spills. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite.